Hey!
Oh, hi!
Hi! Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We'll be live for 2 hours with Ashley.
Hello.
She was live with us already today, making a beautiful picture with Jordans. We invite you to watch the replay. And also we have Michelle.
Hi.
And Amy. They are both working for Adobe. They will introduce themselves. But it's a session dedicated to mobile photography. So I'm super excited. We will show how to take, in this case, it will be food photography, right? Try to really make the best picture when you have food, cheese, macarons, only French stuff.
Only, just for you.
Yeah, with your smartphone, using Lightroom Mobile, and then how you can share it with your family, with your friends, using Spark. So we will cover everything. Thanks for watching. I see Ariana in the chat already. I think Jeremy, Cooper. Thanks for watching. So we'll be live for 2 hours. We will start with an introduction. Before, I'll also invite you to check the contest tab, okay? So next to the chat, there is a contest. You get a chance to win a full year of Creative Cloud. It includes Lightroom, it includes Photoshop, After Effects, and also Spark Premium now.
Spark
Okay,
Premium
maybe
features.
Amy will explain what this is.
Yep.
So to get a chance to win, we invite you to take a picture of food. So open your fridge, take some sausages, I mean, whatever. Take a beautiful
Whatever
picture.
you're cooking for dinner.
With your smartphone, installing Lightroom Mobile, and then share it on Instagram using Adobe Spark Post, okay? If you are Android, just share a picture using Lightroom, but all the details are in the contest tab. You have 90 minutes, okay, 1 hour and a half to share a picture. We will review the pictures at the end, and we'll ask Ashley.
Our judge.
Yeah, your judge.
I feel like British Bake Off right now.
And she will pick someone who would get a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. There might be also some other giveaways. We have some surprises, you will see. But yeah, let's start. So maybe before Ashley, you want to introduce yourself. Michelle, you want to explain who you are?
Yeah, sure. So hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Wei. I work on the Lightroom team. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager. And I'll be walking Ashley through some capturing in Lightroom Mobile, some editing, and whatever editing questions you have, please send them our way.
Yeah, let us know if you are Lightroom users in the chat, okay? Amy?
Hi, I'm Amy from Adobe Spark. I'm happy to be here. So Spark is a kind of a new a new product to Adobe and the Creative Cloud, and we just launched premium features, which if you enter the contest, you have a chance to win a Creative Cloud, which includes premium features. With Spark, you can create graphics for social media or for really anywhere, web pages and videos, and it's super fun and easy. So we're going to show you how to do all of that in a very short amount of time. And the premium features allow you to add your logo, create a whole look and feel to your content that's unique to you.
Awesome.
Do you have a brand, Ashley? Do you have a brand?
Ashley
The
Batz.
Ashley
Batz.
Batz brand.
Yeah.
A logo and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
Of course she does. She's a pro.
So you should have you should get the premium features.
I should.
Yeah. So we have your website open. Maybe you can check your work. And today you won't be alone on the set in the studio.
Thankfully, I hate being alone.
So who will be with you?
It's one of my biggest fears. Anyways, I have Pakela in the studio. You'll get to see her later. She was with me earlier, and she brought some lovely things that we're going to style a table, and she'll be able to tell you more about her approach as well, which I think is going to be super helpful. Yeah.
Cool. So this is your website, maybe just to introduce your work to our friends in the chat. So
Yeah,
portraits, for sure.
I do a lot of portraits.
A lot of Drew Barrymore, mainly.
Mainly.
I don't see her.
I don't see her either. It's fine.
No, it's me, just me.
Shout out Drew. Like, let's hang out.
That's our next live. Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore in the house.
You have Scarlett, though. She has Scarlett Johansson.
I have Scarlett
know that?
Johansson.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Yeah,
I thought you were joking earlier.
No, that's true.
Oh.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, you
not
should
joke.
show the picture.
All right, so this is my celebrity tab. This has
And she
nothing
had-
to do with what we're doing later, but
How much time did you have for it?
I had 2 whole minutes.
2 minutes with Scarlett.
Shout out.
Yeah.
She's
she is.
right here.
Oh, wow. You
So
did that in
that's-
2 minutes.
Alana Grazer. I love
Yeah,
her.
me too.
Serious girl crush. That's a fun photo.
Thank you. That did not happen in real life because I didn't want to assault her with ping pong balls. So she's a great actress, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your prompt? Imagine ping pong balls are coming at your face.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you get them comfortable in 2 minutes? Like, how did you warm up Scarlett?
I think she was already warmed up, but you just kind of, we actually had gone to the same Reformation sample sale that day. So she was like, is that Reformation? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I went there earlier. And I was like, perfect. Let's be best friends.
Let's be reference and take it.
Yeah. So yeah, I do a lot of portraits.
Still life.
Still life is kind of where we're going today. This is all in studio, of course, but we'll be talking about how to shoot something with your phone in the comfort of your own home. So
using natural light.
Yeah,
we're faking natural light today.
We're faking, but yes.
Today,
Because we're in a windowless room right now.
We try to rent a sun from the studio, to
a
sun.
I was like,
they're
what?
like, no.
They said no.
Didn't work. No?
That's above our budget.
No, sorry.
We don't have sun.
No sun. So yeah, we're faking natural light, but the idea is that we won't use a strobe or so the idea is that anyone watching should be able to reproduce the type of light and picture that Ashley will be creating with an iPhone today. We'll be using the iPhone.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. So are we ready to move to the
Ready?
studio?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so we have to take the ferry, we have to take the bus.
Yeah, I have to swim.
Okay, so just give us a few minutes.
Let me just like grumble as I
Yeah, I'll let you go actually, and I will see you later. Okay?
Okay, bye. Cool. We're here. We made it. That's difficult.
Yep, that's me.
Did we introduce Michaela already?
No, we need to.
Oh, yeah. Michaela Ray.
I'm here.
She's here. She's
I'm
an amazing stylist.
We don't have to be concerned of like branding or anything, right?
No, I think
I was like ripping the cheese up and I was like, I don't want to see the brand. Not advertising.
No, you're good. And
Where are we at right now?
Yeah.
Can we flip the screens around?
I think this guy. Can we wait? Which?
Yeah, I will do it. No, it's okay. I'll do it.
There's some sound issues.
No.
Oh.
That's
There
it.
we are.
Oh. Look at you.
Oh, great.
I will monitor the chat for you. Maybe it's easier. No?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's do that.
Amy can call out too.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? I'm Michaela Ray. I'm a prop stylist and set builder in San Francisco and New York, or California and New York, I guess now. And I bring options to the table. Yeah. And just make things look generally pretty for the photographs.
Yeah. So we're imagining this as your holiday table. And Michaela brought some things, and we decided we weren't going to set anything up, and we were going to chat through what we're doing and how we're doing it and why. And then I've got my phone today, just the iPhone. I'm going to take the case off eventually, but yeah, I will.
Yeah.
It's going to break, and then we're not going to be able to do anything. Perfect. So yeah. So I'm going to be shooting a overhead photo. That's like the main one that I want to get.
Okay.
And so maybe you and I can chat through like how to create a setup where you can see things and take things out and all that.
So when you guys work together, do you have a shot in mind already?
Yeah.
That you've
For the most
Like-
part.
communicated to Michaela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
A lot of times we'll work with an art director
Yeah.
who convey like what they need, what their goal is of the shot, and
Yeah.
we work together to create that.
So for everyone at home watching that doesn't have a Michaela Ray,
They should get one.
maybe just like call out the tips as you're styling.
Yeah, of course.
For the end result being an overhead shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you want to start with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're doing holiday feel, right? Hold on.
Holiday feel.
What's this? Cappuccino?
Good.
Do we see it, Chris?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah? Okay.
All right. What do you want to have on this table, Ashley? What are you hungry for?
I'm feeling the greenery and the berries. Okay. That'd be like a little nice little touch.
Can we? Do you want to show me your frame?
I do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna capture here.
Sorry, I'm opening a bag of chips in class right now.
So you're gonna capture a landscape always, or depends on the table?
I think it depends, but also I like sometimes when I'm shooting things, it's easier to capture in landscape and then turn it into a vertical image, so that you're not like obscuring any of your light source or anything like that. So this is my window light.
So the sun's back there.
This is the sun, and so I'm imagining that there's a nice little window. And this is like my table in my house that's right next to it. And we're going to take a little test shot and see.
So should everyone move their table closer to the window? Is that... I see a lot of food bloggers take photos of their food next to their window.
Absolutely. I think window light is some of the best light that you can do on food just because it's nice and soft and you can really work with all of the details. And I'll show you later, but I suggest having some, like a white or a black poster board just so you can add light or take away light.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is our shot so far.
Yeah, sorry.
You can see it on the
Nice, so kind of long.
Yeah. It's
All
a nice
right.
little portrait of food of your table.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the cheese and the crackers on one board. Sorry, I'm just touching this. Let's just go for it.
Now you're good.
I'm gonna eat it later.
Do you ladies have advice on the color of the tablecloth? Or what colors to avoid, patterns to avoid?
Nothing too busy, I'd say. Like this guy, I want him in the frame for like some holiday cheer, but not the whole thing because it's so distracting. And, and nothing with too little of stripes, like black or white stripes or colored stripes, because it creates moire, which like looks fuzzy on camera.
Like the wavy?
Yeah, the wavy.
The wavy.
The wavy gravy.
Yeah, neutrals is generally the way to go. That's what everybody likes.
And when you're styling, do you think about like how people actually would participate in something like food related, or do you feel like?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you're thinking like naturally I would put the cheese with the crackers and
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that is a good way to start thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to think inspirational, not unrealistic.
Right.
But also I like to break some stuff. Like I like the
like lived in look?
Yeah, I like that. Like somebody just came and ate a bunch of stuff and left.
Did you arrange these platters ahead of time in a certain way that you wanted, or are we doing that?
No, I'm gonna do that later. I'm just
Okay.
kind of assembling this is just all my options.
Okay.
That I have. Usually I'll bring
Way more than this.
Oh, yeah, I'll bring like a truckload of stuff. A lot. Oh, it's so cute.
So cute.
I got it. Sorry, my knife. My cheese knife. Gross. And then maybe they're drinking a chai, right?
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, just adding elements that you normally would use. Maybe under here.
How do you think about height of things when you're styling, like the height of the mug versus other things, or like where do you put it in frame? And
That's
stuff
a really
like
good question. For me, it's all about visual balance.
What do you mean by visual balance?
So, like, I don't want one part of the frame to be too heavy with stuff or with color. So, like, the things that weigh more, like this mug kind of, like, weighs a lot because it's darker and it's taller. So I'm probably not going to have the whole thing in frame. Whereas this stuff is, like, lighter and neutral, so we can have more poking into frame.
And I feel like you're already making some sort of motion in the way that you've set it up. Like, are you thinking about that when you're doing it? As you're going?
Yeah, I think so. Like, everything sort of has a little bit of a flow. These are tough questions.
I know.
Like, all this stuff comes naturally to me.
No, I know.
Not bragging, sorry. But, yeah, I like to have, like, some movement. And nothing, like... Nothing too static or
So one of the things I feel like when I started learning photography, everyone would always be like, what's the subject? What's the focus? And I find with food, like if I'm taking a photo of the Thanksgiving spread, I have a difficult time because it's like, where should the eye be going? And I don't know how to arrange things so that the eye follows a line. Do you think about that? Or
Yeah, I mean, usually I try and figure that out after we do a first shot. Like I'll set it up how I think it's gonna look good, and then I'll look at the shot. I mean, maybe we can try that right now.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think about a lot of food photography now is overhead, and it's almost like the thing that you're supposed to look at is almost in the middle, and like things peek in and out, you know. But I think you can still use like the rule of thirds, if that makes any sense, and just like figure out where you have some sort of balance and asymmetry. Like I already like the fact that there's space, you know, and I feel like that will help draw the eye. So I'm just gonna pop in and take a quick little test. So let's see.
Yeah, I always love to add an element of green or plant life to my tables.
So you can see on my screen.
Where does your eye go in this photo?
I'm going to the top left, I think, and I think we read left to right. So in this scenario, I'm reading top left to bottom right.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, especially this pecan guy.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
we can
so heavy.
we
Because
can
it's
bounce
brown.
more light in there when we talk about that.
Let's maybe put him on there and move these right here. Some macarons for Michael. Maybe I'll tie in some red too, because it's holiday.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
looking nice.
Let's put some more green stuff in. I always like to frame it with the green too, because it creates such like a nice non-rigid boundary. Maybe this is.
And I
I
can
really want
always
to put this in.
come in a little bit. I'm already
Tighter?
thinking that this is probably too far in. The cheese and crackers
yeah,
are probably
'cause
too far in the frame.
It's a lot.
Especially if you want to get this this little pop in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it needs to
All right.
come in.
See how that? There might be too much space in the middle.
All right. Here I go. I'm going to get in there.
Get in there, girl.
I'm going to get in there.
So when you're saying getting in, it's like moving your camera in more.
Yeah, move your body and see.
Experiment with the shot.
Yeah, especially with a mobile phone. I feel like the lens is one thing, and so you have to see like how your body and where you are in relation to the thing is going to be affecting it.
Do you ever use Zoom?
No, I don't actually. I'm kind of a purist, I think. I don't, unless I...
No, I agree. I don't think you should
Yeah.
ever zoom. I think you treat it like a fixed lens.
Totally.
Yeah.
So there's your
it
shot.
Like, degrades the quality of the photo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking better with the cheese plate half out. I kind of want to, just because this is so dark, I kind of want to just have a little bit of it in.
Or maybe wherever you put it, it goes closer to the light because the cheese is
Yeah,
a little hot.
it's hot, so maybe I should swap those.
You could
guys.
swap that.
Yeah.
What does being hot mean?
Hot means when it's a little bit too bright in the photo. So things, especially things that are going to be closer to your window light, will be a lot brighter. So feel free to put the darker things closer to that window light, I would say. And this will still be bright, but just not as bright.
Do you do anything on your phone to capture a good shot? Like, do you do that trick where you tap on the screen where you want it to focus?
Oh, totally.
Cool.
I'm a big fan of that. And I love telling people about it. Oh my god, it's so good.
So do you tap on the darkest thing or the lightest thing?
It depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually want more of like a neutral image
Yeah.
because a lot of what I've been doing recently, I tone everything down a lot. So, especially since there's a lot of light things in here, it might be nice to keep it not so bright just so that later I can pump it up.
So if you were trying to do that, do you tap on the bright stuff or the darker stuff?
I would tap on like the middle actually. So I'm like kind of tapping in the middle. Doesn't seem to be doing too much.
Yeah.
No.
We forgot to call out that we're shooting in Lightroom Mobile.
We are.
So you'll see that DNG on the top of her screen, which means I'll let you shoot and we can explain a little bit more.
I think I'm gonna pull everything tighter in. Too.
I just took a shot for you though.
Okay.
Yeah. I think because the pecan is like a little bit lonely.
She's lonely.
She's lonely. But everything else is looking pretty good.
Let's stack this too.
So we're shooting in DNG. Ashley, you want to explain what shooting in RAW, how you think of that versus just shooting a JPEG?
Yeah, well I feel DNG is really great because it's a neutral it's a neutral situation, it's a digital negative, then when you shoot in JPEG, whatever thing you're using already applies its own colors and whatever sensor it has, and it has its own way that it likes to show. So whatever, if it's a Nikon, Canon, whatever phone, it's already going to apply its own thing. So I think with the DNG you're able to do a lot more because there's more information for you to work with.
I found I'm a beginner photographer, and so it's more forgiving when I shoot in DNG. I know I can fix it more in the editing process. So I think it's like the first step for a beginner is to shoot raw.
It gives you way more options.
So do you usually underexpose the photos?
I do, yeah. I think because then you can bring it up, because once you hit something that's too bright, you can't really take it back.
Yeah. Oh, we moved to the pecan? No.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just adding a little bit of color to the side. Let's see what's going on there.
Can you take this?
Yeah, I guess.
It's crumblies.
But that's what would happen in real life.
I know, I'm sorry. I just couldn't handle it.
Aspirational, not unrealistic.
It should be on a tote bag or something. How about something like that? Let's check that.
Let's see.
How's it looking, everybody?
Yeah, that's better. The tangent of the little plate. It's not. Yeah, those two.
Do you have a little something else to go right here maybe, or just keep pulling the plate out a little bit?
Yeah, you're talking about another item of food?
Or whatever. What do you think? I feel like it's feeling lonely still.
Yeah, a lot of white.
A food thing?
A food thing.
Nice.
Maybe we'll put another napkin in there so it looks like there's more than
one person.
one person.
One, please.
It's a spoon.
How do you feel about taking some of those berries and putting them like in this negative space in the middle? Like as if it were like a little bit of a table-scape scene right here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I want to move that red plate out. I don't know.
Out? I like it.
You like it?
Well, you guys have the experts.
This needs to
It's definitely a little heavy in the shot, for sure.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's the
maybe
largest thing.
without the gold.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's interesting. So something being the largest thing makes it heavy. Talking about visual weight.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at this shot on my screen, I feel like my eye goes there because it's something that I don't see the entirety of it. So I wonder, in my mind, I'm wondering how big is it?
Yeah.
What else is on it, rather than looking at everything else. So you have to really play with what's not in your frame, I think. Ooh.
Okay.
Look at you.
See how that looks.
So this time you unstacked the macaroon.
Yeah,
Oh,
she...
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
It fell.
Oh.
Good looking out.
Call me out.
Yeah, I would try and just get half of the pecan.
Half of it?
Yeah, that thing might need to go.
Just get it out of here. Let's see. I'm missing, because of that, I'm missing all the greenery.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can look at my frame. So I feel like I want to shoot this like
Let's add a little
here. So maybe pull that white plate out a little bit
Yeah.
when you can.
How's that look?
Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, a little more breathing room.
Yeah.
We got a question from the audience.
Awesome.
Oh, maybe it's been answered already. Are you going to show it a tether capture with Lightroom Mobile? Are we showing that today?
We are today.
Actually, tether capture, this is what we're doing now in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe you can explain where the pictures go.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So we're shooting in Lightroom Mobile. There is a camera within. So if you exit the camera mode, yeah, so you see the bottom right of her screen is the camera. And so we're shooting within the Lightroom Mobile app in the camera in DNG, and all the photos are automatically stored in the Lightroom photo cloud. So when you go to your desktop computer and you open Lightroom CC, all these shots that you took are there, so we can edit it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, so I guess, Michael, you're right. We are tethering and away.
Tethering with the cloud.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did we do a shot of the pulled back?
Let's redo it just in case.
Yeah, I'm also think I'm gonna twist.
So where do you want the eye to go?
That's a good question.
I'm loving this. I feel like that's like kind of like a hero, and the greenery is really, really, really nice.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe that's gonna be our hero. I'm gonna lift the side of that thing board up.
Okay. What are explain what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. This is my trusty box of acrylic cubes. You can get them at your local plastic store or like canalplastics.com. Not an ad for them.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Please sponsor me because I spend so much money there.
This is going to change the perspective. Sometimes it's a correction for a lens because a lens doesn't see how we see things. And so as much as this might look weird in real life, it'll actually recorrect itself so that it still looks a certain way in the camera. So it's always nice to have.
So you could use like kind of any household
item
for this.
Legos?
Legos, yeah.
Paper towels.
Yeah.
Anything that will be safe and lift things up and change it up.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next shot.
Ooh, that does make such a difference.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you lift something up, you can watch how the shadow changes. So sometimes you'll see that it makes it a bigger shadow or softer shadow. So I would invite you to just like keep playing around there and seeing how that's all panning out. So there's our next shot. Oops, sorry.
Can we see that compared to the one where it wasn't lifted?
Yeah.
So this is lifted. You exit out.
And then this is not.
Ah, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Wait. Lifted. Not. No.
Oh, yeah, so...
Yeah, the napkin was it's pretty thick, so it was kind of warping it a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting a lot more from it. Also something to note, and this is why I brought up height of things, is that even though I'm overhead, the way that the camera is looking at the coffee mug, it's still not quite overhead. And so that's something to consider when you're shooting and when you're placing things that are going to be the tallest thing in the frame. So you can correct something like that, maybe not something that has liquid in it, but you can always play with where it is in your frame if you want to see more of a side or, because it won't be true to what your eye sees.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. Take a picture.
I switched out the little red berries because I feel like they were
too much.
distracting. Yeah, they were too heavy, and the olive branch kind of breaks the plane of the cheese board.
Here we go. And you can tilt your phone, so if you watch in camera, like what it does to the coffee cup, the mug here, versus if I'm focusing on the board itself. So, if that's helpful, kind of like skews it a little bit.
Do you want me to fill this side out fully with some greens?
Sure.
Because we're getting a lot of white over here, right?
Yeah.
So the greens are acting as framing, so the eye comes in towards the macaroons and tarts?
Yeah, exactly. I'm bringing a little like subtle bit of color. Nothing too crazy.
All right, here we go. Next test shot. That's nice.
Cool. A question asking if Ashley is a professional photographer.
I am. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Not a professional mobile photographer. That's a thing.
Yeah, tomato.
But
she's teaching tips anyone can do though today.
I can hang with this.
And when did you start?
When I was 15.
Okay.
Oh,
Not professionally, obviously, but yeah. I've been doing it professionally for about almost 10 years now. Yeah. So, yay. Thanks, Laura. Cool. How are you feeling? Good?
Yeah.
So I would love for you to hold a white card, and that's something I definitely want to talk about.
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
explain a white card.
So you can literally grab anything in your house that is white or black. White will fill light, so white will take whatever the light source is coming in from and bouncing back in just ever so slightly, because I just want to soften up the shadows a little bit. And black will take away light, so you can pull a black card up to something. Maybe I'll just show you that. So I'm just gonna hold this overhead, and you can look in my screen. You can see it already that it's, so you can take it away and then put it back in. So you can do that easily with whatever you have in your house.
Yeah. So, I'm that annoying person at restaurants. I'm like always overhead trying to take a photo of my food, and there's always shadows.
Get that napkin out.
A napkin.
Napkin.
A menu.
A menu.
Move around the
waiter's
tea light.
shirt.
Yeah.
Sit next to the window.
Yeah.
Change table 6 times.
Go during the daytime.
Yeah, or you could have maybe someone, it's not as effective, but have someone turn on their flashlight
Yeah.
and see if there's a way to shoot that, but it doesn't always work.
You're talking more about lighting tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
Okay, so I'm going to have you fill this for me while I shoot.
Ashley isn't just a food photographer. There's a question from the audience. She does all sorts of things.
Yeah.
A lot of portraits.
A lot of portraits.
And tomorrow we'll be photographing people. She does a fair amount of still life, a lot of beauty stuff, right?
Your pants are so dark.
What?
Oh,
making
do you
it,
need a
I'm
light
saying like
kinda-
if they're making it.
Oh, no.
You want to hold it in front of you?
I just want it like right there. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you gotta do this one-handed.
How do you think about the placement of this whiteboard? Like,
I actually really like playing around with it
I
in
wonder if we
real
should get that
life.
gold plate in there too and see if that does anything fun.
Yeah.
ooh.
So when you're thinking about how to fill something, you literally just, like we were doing, like bring it in, bring it out, like bring it in, bring it out, like see.
You want to hold the camera and I'll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll switch my light just so it's a little bit more straight onto it. Do that. Perfect.
What time of day is the best time of day? Like for natural light?
It depends on where you're
Yeah.
facing, I think. So you want to just like take a look at where you have a window in your house and how it's coming in and what you're shooting. Sometimes you want something where it's a little bit moodier, so you want more diffused light that so maybe it's actually been not coming in from the window. But for this, I want this to be like sunny and happy. So I think it's nice that we have like almost direct light coming from our window. So let's just try it. So I'm looking at all of these shadows. So,
Let's see, so you tell
okay, fine. So bring it in and then bring it out. So I think if you brought it like somewhere around here. Yeah, so if you see it like, it's actually doing it like right around here is where it's doing most of its work. It's also hard when you don't have like a lot of light, but it still helps, I think. So let's do one of these shots. If you pull it out just a tad and maybe angle it down, yeah. I think that'll help on the greenery. There we go. What's up?
Oh, it looks so much brighter.
Yeah. Shooting that. Cool. Let's check it. That looks pretty good.
Nice.
How are you feeling about this shot? Oh, you want to put the gold in?
I do kind of.
Well, I think it would be nice. Do
No,
you want to
like-
put it? Or you want to?
There it is.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah. So we
Just
can talk
so
about
fun.
that.
I think we should.
So if you don't have something like a reflector that would have a silver or a gold side, you could literally find anything in your house.
IKEA.
Tinfoil? Does
right?
that work?
Totally.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Does it vary from silver and gold?
Yeah, so gold will warm up a shot and silver will cool it down. But it will affect the shadows a lot more than if you just had a white card or a black card.
This is fun. I've never done this. I want to see.
Yeah, no, it's a good call. So that's how. So watch how.
Do you want me to add it in?
Yeah, add it in. See that, and then take it out, and then add it in.
Oh, cool.
And take it out. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. So find your sweet spot.
Got it.
She got it. That was quick. And I'm going to shoot it. Nice. That's cool. That looks good. So what I'm noticing is that the board is a lot more warm. And the shadows are definitely a little bit more filled. So that's looking good.
Yeah. Do you feel like that mug is casting too much of a shadow?
Onto the board?
Just everything.
I could raise my light.
Actually, we have Zen West in the chat mentioning that.
He
So,
did.
like, what is the round shadow in the center?
There's a round shadow. Yes, that's
And that's
from...
The mug.
Yeah.
Or this. Is that what he's talking about?
I think it's from the mug.
Yeah, that's from the mug.
Maybe let's do the old switcheroo.
Hey.
Switch.
I mean, something that we can't do with this end, but we can do here is to raise our light and fill it a little bit more.
Oh, I like the contrast to the greens on the red.
Yeah.
Going to raise here?
Yeah, I'm gonna raise
photographs.
it. It's really hot.
I know, it's so warm.
I know. I love it. It's like
It's very holiday.
selfies. I'm like,
You bring another
tray.
pro tip.
Yeah.
Bring a gold tray around when you take selfies.
Right?
carry this around in my purse.
That contour.
It's like one of the Instagram.
Oh yeah, that one that puts the rainbow in your face.
We're talking about bringing gold trays around when we're taking selfies.
We should do that. We should just make those. Gold tray.
Like pocket.
Pocket.
ones.
Oh yeah, you could just fold it down really small and then.
Have you seen those selfie lights?
Yeah, the Lumi.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they're called.
How's the shadow now? Is it still pretty?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty natural though.
Yeah.
It looks natural.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be distracting.
No.
All right, you ready to bounce some light?
Yeah.
So you just
So, you wanna do that?
raised the sun.
I raised the sun. You can't always do that.
It's morning now.
And then if you look at where we're at here, so if I'm looking at this now, look at the coffee cup now, but looking at how it distorts the rest of the image. And then I'm gonna go more of a traditional overhead here. And I feel like I'm not really understanding what that mug is now.
Yeah.
If you look at that.
So I'm gonna flip it so the
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So
this guy's in it, and I think that will make it. What's it called? The handle.
The guy. Just
The guy.
Yeah,
this
the guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy right here. Nice.
Does that feel better or worse? God,
I
it's
still feel
so
like
dark.
It's a little skewed. I mean, I'm not exposing just yet, but
So what kind of
yeah.
distortions can you fix in post? This you can't because it's isolated, right?
Right. You definitely can do some of that with Keystone, like vertical and horizontal. But yeah, I feel like we need to find a new home for the mug.
Yeah, he's not doing so good.
He's not doing so good.
He's a little bit more distracting now.
I would.
This is cool, but
That's
it's
really
so
cool.
dark.
I would. Maybe you can put him back here, and then this, because this is so light, have him peek in here.
What?
Put the coffee cup here, back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
we
I
don't
raised
have-
the light.
Oh,
So putting the coffee cup above the pecan.
like way
Yeah.
far away.
That might work. That might work.
Michelle, we have a Lightroom question from the audience.
Sure.
When clicking on iPhone X, does it use the telephoto or the wide-angle lens?
Because there are two lenses.
Yeah. So it uses the wide angle. It uses the non-portrait lens.
Got it.
Yeah. So the telephoto is specific to the portrait,
I'm just gonna see what happens.
the portrait mode. But that is a good question. Very cool possibility.
There's no liquid in it right now, but maybe the white inside is gonna make this less of a.
I'll have you just look at the live view of that and tell me.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, that looks better.
Or white?
Okay, I'm gonna dump the liquid into it.
So having options is good.
Yep. That's my job.
and you'll be in your home, so you'll be like, that mug is too tall.
Do you do this at family holidays too?
Yeah, I do. Definitely a fair amount of it. But I mostly eat, so it's fine. I'll just remember it forever. All right, let's see what's going on.
I hate that tangent.
Yeah.
There's a nice tangent right here.
Do you want to talk about that? I'm just going to show it on the live view.
Yeah.
So I didn't like, yeah, oh, you're
Go
on
back
live
into
now. I didn't
it.
like how these lines were touching. It just kind of creates an intensity.
So giving some
Yeah, when I say
space
space,
around.
just moving it away so that it's not like just bumping up against it.
Yeah.
How's that looking?
Here, I'm going to go back to a normal. That looks pretty
That's
nice.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question, Ashley. Like, have you ever tried to use an external lens with the iPhone?
No, I haven't.
Trying,
I hear those are pretty good though.
yeah, never tried that.
Have you?
No.
I had one that was like a crystal, and it would like periscope everything. You know what I'm talking about? It was so sick.
I mean,
Thanks
Yeah.
for filling.
we've used like a fisheye lens.
Yeah, fish eye.
on,
For skate videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a really wide angle lens.
Yeah, that's really
good
fun.
sometimes.
I love it. I just think that we have
Now
all
it's so
this
much white.
This
space.
again.
You just pull that out.
You want to hit back up there?
Sure do.
So you're shooting for it to be perfect in frame in terms of the composition, so you're not going to crop anything.
That's the idea, I think, especially because when you're on a mobile
Yeah.
phone and there's already distortion with the lens, you want to make sure it looks pretty good in camera already.
Can you go a little bit tighter?
Yeah. How do you feel about the peak of the fork and the spoon?
I don't love it. Maybe drop down a little bit. I don't think we need to show... Sorry, move the frame down a little. Yeah, I don't think we need to show the whole mug.
So maybe pull the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, that's better.
Zen West asks if there is such thing as filters for mobile phone. We're not sure, but can you do stuff like that? Apply filters in Lightroom?
Yeah.
Yes, there's presets in Light. So when we get to the editing, we can
we can talk about presets.
show some of the presets.
All right, how's this looking, everybody?
Gorgeous.
Feels like a full table.
Looks delicious.
It does. I like it. How are we on time?
They miss the smell, though. They can't smell the
They
cheese.
can't smell the
The
cheese.
I need a scratch and snack. For
We are
that.
for sure eating this.
You know what? It's 45. I think
can
it's a good
edit?
time. You have to go back, edit,
Yeah.
Okay.
try some spark.
We have a lot
Yeah.
of
How do you
options.
feel?
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
great.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just quickly do some different angles, just so we
Oh
have
yeah, so
some
we have
options
different
for
shots.
later.
Maybe
but
some
then-
close-ups and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
let's
like
do it.
all kinds of stuff.
Go crazy.
I'm gonna go crazy. Let's do the gold. Let's get some
yeah.
gold in there.
Yeah, where's that bad boy?
Bounce me.
Ooh, there she is.
Oh yeah.
You can see me in the spoon.
Hi.
Do you want
It's
to
a
do?
secret surprise.
Do you want to do the fun?
Yes.
Maria asks, where can
Oh.
I change to DNG?
Where can I change to
Sure.
DNG?
So, you see on the top of her phone, there's this DNG.
Yeah.
So when you open the camera app within Lightroom, it's default to DNG. But if you click on it, you have the option to shoot in JPEG.
Okay.
So
But you
it's-
have to use the camera in Lightroom.
Yes, exactly. You have to use the camera within Lightroom.
Sorry.
We're also playing with some depth right now, so we're gonna have this peeking in and almost out of
You're
focus.
like a mind reader.
Ooh.
Let's
Fancy.
put it over here.
Yeah, I agree. Oh,
Where is she?
She's right there. Oh yeah. That's beautiful. Oh, I like that.
Like if your dining table were under a tree.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. What else do? This is just so pretty. I want to shoot it. I love these like cracked.
You don't want to
cheese.
shoot the chunk of cheese?
Not really. But
We
maybe I
have,
do. That's
They
kind
keep
of nice.
saying that it's a very good idea to use a gold plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
other tricks like this?
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to hire me. I'll come to your house and prop style your house.
That's the trick.
Ooh, right
Yeah,
there,
that's the
right
trick.
there. Yeah. Thank you. That's great. That's a good option. right,
So
what
gold
else?
seems way more appropriate than silver for the food because it's warm.
Yeah.
Golden.
But if you have like, if this were like gray or blue, that's going to affect what your shadows already look like. So you might want to do something that has the silver, just because maybe gold might not look really good with cooler tones. These
Yeah,
are
sometimes
all fairly
it's
warm.
so warm.
Yeah.
It's like golden hour.
Let's do, can we just do one more?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Do you want to do one shooting into?
Like this? Or what if we just did like one messy one just to like end it? Or like,
Our hands.
or hands, yes.
Oh, yeah, we could do
talked about hands.
We did.
So this is fun to play with actually. So when I think about shooting hands, I like to have the hand parallel to whatever it is. So when you come like this, then it looks really weird. Get it, girl.
That's a really good tip.
So keeping your hand parallel really makes everything look awesome.
Parallel to.
The table.
So it's not like.
So do it the other way. So that's one, like that makes it really, really big. So if you want to change the weight of your hand in the shot, then you keep it really tight to the actual scene.
Ah, that is a good tip. Whenever I take photos of my food, my hand feels so big.
Maybe like go at it like,
Yeah.
you might have to take another bite in this way. What happens? Right there.
Sorry, my hands are
So beautiful.
a little beat up.
Too beautiful.
2 hands. I'm breaking it. Ready?
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh.
Hey, baby. Cool. Okay, we've got some options. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Good?
Great.
You want to edit?
Let's go edit.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Uncle. I'm good.
It's okay.
I'm going to go edit now.
Yeah, it's really good. All right. I missed you already.
I love you. All right, where am I going?
We didn't talk about PK's cool tool belt.
Oh. You're gonna see my tool belt. Glycerin for faking. Wait, is it still live? It's not live still. Is it? Oh, it is.
What do you mean?
This is awesome for faking dewdrops.
Yeah.
It's my favorite because it doesn't move.
All right, let me...
Okay.
You get me?
Scissors, gloves, Sharpies, the whole 9. If anybody wants some cheese and macarons.
Jeez. And my phones at the same time.
Thank you. All right, let's do this.
How many photos did we take?
I think a lot.
So we're gonna edit a lot of the photos, your favorite photos, in Lightroom, and then
Bring them to life with Spark.
yeah.
Yeah, a couple of different ways.
Okay, I love this shot.
Ooh, that one's cool.
Is it on? Okay, cool.
So let's. Have you ever played with like flagging in Lightroom Mobile? So you know. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So go to the shot that you love.
Okay. Where did it go? This one was actually really pretty
Oh, I
too.
love it.
Okay, cool.
So right now we're in edit mode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the red dots so that everyone can see where we're tapping. Sorry. Okay.
Nice.
If you could go back to the photo.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, what I did was just show the touches so we can see where we're tapping. So in rate and review, we won't spend a lot of time on this. We'll get to the editing fun. But since you just took so many photos, this is a quick way. If you're on the go, you have all your photos on your phone. You can just star them, flag them. What do you typically do in your Lightroom workflow? Do you star, flag, or both?
I really like to star things.
Okay, sure. So you can give this however many stars.
5 always.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And then
I can
we
just
do
go
a few.
through.
Yeah.
I think that was a good one. I also really liked that one. Let's get some variation.
Oh, I like the close ones.
The cheese. Let's do the
That's
cheese.
nice texture there.
Right? And then let's get
Oh,
the break.
Oh yeah, the break.
right?
What are you
Little
looking for in
action.
the break?
You want to think about almost like the best moment of something, so that it really translates, because you were there and you saw all of it, but maybe there's like one moment where it was like, oh yeah, that's like about to break open. So you want to just capture a lot. Like, I love that.
This one.
Yeah. So it shows, like, because it's not motion, it's a still image, and so you want to still have that idea that there was something. Okay, cool.
I like this because it's kind of telling a story a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then we'll pick all the starred ones for the spark we create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do one more of these. Okay. Cool.
And then, so because we are going to be making a spark, let's go ahead and make an album of your favorite ones. So if you exit out a review, oh yeah, sure. So then go back one more. Let's create an album.
Great.
I don't know what you want to call this. It's pressure.
My holiday table.
Perfect. And then click the 3 red dots. And let's add photos.
Okay.
From Lightroom Photos.
Right here.
Yep. And then you can filter based on the stars.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So I can say, I want all of these.
So you can imagine if you were on a shoot and you did like
Yeah.
thousands. This is a quick way to just quickly put them in an album.
Awesome.
So let's go
what
ahead
it
and
is.
start editing.
Okay. Here we are.
Yeah.
So should we go to edit mode?
Yep, you're a pro. So this you shot, there's no need to crop because you shot this very intentionally,
Yeah.
which I think is a good tip for beginners, is especially for mobile phone photography, like make sure you see your frame, experiment with the frame, and it's nice because you have this huge display.
Right, totally. And again, like, just to reiterate, when you're able to see this in real time, what something is going to look like. So this image would be so much different if I were very close to it versus farther away.
Yeah.
Cropping it doesn't necessarily change that.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to like really try and get it in the actual frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we had very ideal lighting situations with the simulated natural light and the white card. Is there anything you would fix lighting-wise here?
Totally. I think I still think it's a little bit dark, and I did that on purpose.
Okay.
I really do love to bring things up just a little bit in post. So maybe just a tad. That's
a good tip for beginners as well, as when you're shooting, underexpose a little bit because you can't fix it.
Right.
It's easier to bring things up.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Something that I've been doing a lot lately in my own personal work is actually taking the contrast out. It tends to make it look more like a film photo.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't really done it with food yet, but I figured we could at least
Try it.
Oops, that's highlights.
People are into that nostalgic look.
Totally.
Just
Yeah.
double tap the circle and it'll go back to
Thank
zero.
you. So I'm going to do contrast. So if you notice that taking out the contrast makes it more filmy versus more punchy. And it just depends on what you're trying to do. And I think for me,
Your style is...
today, my style is a little bit less like that. And so then after that, you can still take a look at how everything's shooting. Because I do want it to look like more of like a film look.
Yeah.
And so I'm also noticing that the highlights are maybe too bright. So I'm just looking at, I like to just toggle back and forth and see like where I can take it. And here are my shadows.
And all these edits are non-destructive. So it's like just play with their sliders. They're super easy to use. So just move them around and see what you like. And then you can always go back to the original.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, I like how it's looking.
It's just looking very sweet. Should I go into the curve? Is that
Yeah.
cool?
You mentioned earlier to me you used home curves a lot,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah.
I love curves. I think they're really great. A very standardized one that you can do is an S-curve. So what you can do is you can take the middle and you can bring it up. Those are your midtones. Those are things that aren't too bright and aren't too dark. Then you can go down here to the bottom left-hand side and bring in your shadows a little bit more.
Yeah, so the bottom left, or the bottom left of the curve is the shadows.
Shadows.
The middle is the midtones.
Midtones.
And the right is the highlights.
Are the highlights, and so you can bring that up. Another interesting thing is that even to make it more filmy, you can take this very bottom point and bring it up, and the shadows become even more different.
Oh.
That makes such a difference.
Yeah, tone curve is
so this
one
is
of those
before.
things that where photographers that start experimenting with tone curve, I find that that's where they start getting like their style.
Yeah.
So you can single tap, long tap to see the before and after. So before, after. Oh.
Cool. That's a lot punchier. I like the reds.
I
the
do
plaid
like it.
is nice.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got. Let's do some color. So this was daylight, our fake daylight. So daylight is 5200. So sometimes when you change your...
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah, sometimes when you change your color temperature, it does inform what you need to change in terms of your lighting. I do like to shoot things a little bit on the cooler side when it comes to food. So maybe something more like that.
Yeah, warm lighting tends to make the food look a little greasy or like yellow-ish.
Yeah,
That's why natural light is good for food.
Totally.
And so the edit we were just doing is adjusting the temperature.
The temperature of the whole.
From cool to warm.
Yeah, so before, after. So I would look at how this is very, very cool. And the reason why this is cool is because of the constant lights we were using. They weren't, they're not for daylight, but we just warmed it up just a little bit.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's looking a lot more like somewhere in my house. Yeah.
They're asking if do you ever shoot professionally with an iPhone camera?
I don't. I know that people do that, and it's totally a valid thing, and there's definitely a place for it, but it's not something that I do.
Yeah.
But I think
what about your personal, like if someone hires you to take personal portraits? I've heard of photographers that are being asked to also take iPhone photos so they can get them right away.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a good.
But
I mean, that's definitely nice to have.
yeah.
And especially with how cameras on your phone are going, I think the best thing you can do is just whatever you have on you is going to be your best tool.
Yeah.
I will say that I use I create a lot of content for Adobe Spark's blog, Instagram channels, and I use almost exclusively iPhone because I don't really know how to use another kind of camera.
Yeah.
And that's really like it's so powerful these days
Totally.
that you can create really slick looking stuff.
Yeah, you can get
that's-
super crazy
yeah.
with it. Awesome.
And a lot of our users are using iPhones.
Oh my gosh,
It's like
of course.
everything they need.
I would love to do the
Split tone? Or?
is it the gradation?
Oh, yeah. So one of the best parts about Lightroom Mobile is that, so what you're doing now are global edits. You can also make selective edits where you're editing just a portion of your photo. So in the selective edits, and then if you click the plus sign on the top left, the round circle is the radial filter and the square is the linear filter.
Great. So I kind of was thinking about right
Like
around
sun
here,
coming in.
sun coming
Yeah.
in from around here.
So to emulate like light coming into the photo, radial filter is really the best. So it's applying like a round
Yeah,
edit. I don't know how to.
totally.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see like what we're actually going to be affecting.
Yeah.
And I just really wanted to brighten that up,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
I feel like that's actually doing a really good job right now. Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
great.
That looks great.
Might just like bring this out a little bit. Did I do that? Okay, good. No, that's good. That's great. And then
So there's the before and the after. Yeah,
Oh,
it looks a
wow.
lot more natural.
yeah,
That is like worthy.
Cool. So,
I'm happy with this. I think this is great.
awesome.
Is there something else you want to look at?
We could try editing another photo.
Yeah. And then if there's a photo that's similar to this, which you took a lot of this, you know, the same scene. What you can do is you can copy all the edits you've made here and just paste them to the next photo.
Oh, I love that.
So it saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I want to do that. I feel like we spent so much awesome time on this that I want to.
That's interesting because I feel like a lot of Instagrammers these days, or if you're running an Instagram for your blog or something, you want to create like a cohesive looking feed. And like one tip I've heard bloggers say is they use like one particular filter. This is another way to get like something super customized to your brand and
More
apply that
custom
over and
than
over again.
More custom than a filter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you click on these 3 dots on the top right, copy settings, and so you can choose which ones, right, if you made some white balance adjustments and tone and selective edits. So if the next one you didn't want to apply that selective edit, you can unselect that. But why don't we just do all?
Okay.
And then scroll over to the next one, click on the 3 dots again, and paste the settings.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we can see the before and after.
Before, after.
Yep.
It's gorgeous. That's awesome.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time. You can do this. So when you go open Lightroom CC on your desktop, all the edits will be there too, and you can quickly copy and paste from one photo to the next as well.
That's looking great. Loving it. Well, because we spent so much awesome time on all of these.
The color calibration.
And it's nice as a story to have that be consistent. I would love to rotate this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to rotate him. Beautiful. I'm going to do a little selective edit on this guy. I feel like it's definitely a little dark here. Let's bring some of that natural light back in. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, that looks great. Can we see the before and after? Before, after. Yeah.
Like I'm looking up here now, which is nice, and then I kind of
Your eye
follow my
follows.
eye
Yeah.
to the macaron. Perfect. Let's see, have I done everything? I might crop this guy. What do you guys think? I think
The
so.
top out?
Yeah. Much better.
Oh, I love the greenery framing it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're taking it from a window.
Right, and maybe you have an arrangement and you're kind of shooting through that arrangement. So think about things that aren't in focus as well. I think that's nice to have when you're shooting. Perfect. Did I put Yep. Great.
So we are happy with all these photos. We've edited them, and you're gonna take them into Spark. Is that
Yeah, so we're gonna try to do all 3 and see how we can pull this together. Spark is super easy, so it should be fun. So do we need to do anything to make them JPEGs or ready for?
Oh no.
Okay, great. So so everything's been synced, and now let's go into Spark Video.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't mention this. So the photos that you took in Lightroom and you are edited in Lightroom, everything is synced in the cloud. And so when you pull up Spark, you can access all those photos with their edits.
Yeah. It's all integrated very easily.
You don't have to export them and then bring them into Spark.
Yeah. So the great thing about Spark is that you can click a plus button, you can pretty much use it. It's really easy. So we started a video earlier today doing some behind the scenes. So let's say you're going to create a video for your Instagram to promote like a larger piece of content, like a portfolio piece or something like that. So we're here in the slide-based editor, and to add more slides, so we've added a video. We can actually just see what this looks like. We've added a video of Michaela getting ready. If we wanted to change how much of that appeared, bring her in a little earlier, we're just gonna slide this timeline really easily. You can see her moving back and forth.
You guys can't see Michaela adoring herself on screen.
But so that sets up our beginning of it. Now we're gonna add a new photo, and we're gonna create basically a video or a photo slideshow. So you hit this plus button again on the screen, and now we're gonna add photos. So you're going to add from your Lightroom. Tap the Lightroom.
My holiday table.
There we go. So, and now just tap whatever. Let's see. I feel like the ending of the story is like the when she breaks the
I think
the piece.
so too.
So let's show maybe like that, and then here you can just move around how you want the. Oh no, this is. You can zoom it in a little bit. You can pinch it.
Awesome.
There we go.
Beautiful.
So you like that?
I do.
We can add text on top of the screen by, again, hitting the plus button. Maybe you don't want to, but it's a nice way to, right now we know that social media, people don't have the sound on. So if you have something to say, or you're like, check this out on my portfolio or my Spark page, we'll figure out how to do that next. You can add that. Up here we have layouts and themes. So just you can add a caption, so you don't necessarily need to have your text right in the middle of the screen. You can move your text anywhere. You can have a title and a text. Split screen if you wanted to like say Ashley is posting like some tips for her audience. She could add text next to show how what she's done.
Amy, does all this come with Spark Premium?
This is actually free. So this is part of, this is available to anyone. We're actually not really totally going to get into the Spark Premium features yet, but we'll have to come back and show you. But if you see this bottom, in the bottom corner, there's a little logo sign. That's because this is an unbranded account, but Ashley has a Creative Cloud account, I'm sure. So she could go to spark.adobe.com, add her logo, pick her brand colors, choose some fonts, and her brand would be waiting for her when she comes back to this project, and she can make it look super pro. So I'm just gonna add a couple more photos. Gotta go to Lightroom. Let's see what's the next one.
Let's break it up with some of the cheese.
Yeah.
Be like, what's up, cheese?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do
You can do a split screen there,
Yeah.
so that one's vertical. So just go up to this layout.
and I'll be like,
Probably need to zoom and
yeah.
go.
So I'll do text, and I'll say cheese.
Who doesn't love cheese?
I mean,
Yeah.
and then I can move that guy around.
You know what? I don't think you can move it in split screen. You can't move the text. We try to make things really easy, so there's some guardrails. But the team is listening if you have suggestions. So we'll just add a couple more.
Amy, I have bad vision, so I can't read out the questions to you.
Oh, let's
see.
see.
You have like a double duty of making the spark.
Oh, that's okay. Very helpful. Will be available to watch. Yes, we will be posting this on YouTube and on the Spark blog. Spark.adobe.com/blog.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, great. And then, so say you've added all your content, you can always come back to this and add more. Now we can adjust everything by theme. So if she had set up her brand, her branded themes would be waiting for her. But here we can pick themes. I kind of like what Noir does to a photo and to a video. Themes control your transitions, control your fonts, and your when you pick a branded theme, that's Elevate, and that will take in your own branded colors and your logo. So this is really for quick getting things out there, communicating at the speed of social. You don't have to get into all of the really powerful creative tools to create transitions. We kind of like built them for you, so you can just get there.
Sending the family photos after.
Exactly. You gotta, you have a client, or you just want to share with your family and friends, like something quick, keeps it timely. You don't have to, reinvent the wheel. So let's see how Noir looks. There's also music. You can add your own. We have a bunch of music ready for you, but you can also add your own track.
Awesome.
And now let's see how this is looking. So I'm just gonna press this preview button.
So this is before we all got into the live stream. It's always fun to see. These are some of the props.
If you flip it, does it go?
Oh yeah, let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Hey. Should we do it again?
Let's try it again.
So, what up?
Yeah.
Getting ready.
And now I'm seeing that maybe this is a little long. I could go back and adjust it, bring it down a little bit. Maybe we need to edit that a little bit, but it's super super easy to go back in.
That's all we have to say. Cheese.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you maybe want to like add some text to the final thing to be like, whoops.
Our holiday table.
Yeah, our holiday table, or like, it was great to have you. Ariane Machado asked, were we supposed to use Adobe Spark Video or Adobe Spark Post? I use Post. Post is totally fine. I'm showing you video. We're going to get to Post next, actually. So you did everything right for the contest. So great. So now now we're ready to share it. She can always go back and edit as she needs, but we're going to hit this button at the top, this share button.
Great.
And now you can download it to your camera roll and upload it natively to, Instagram or Twitter or whatever. And you can also share it directly to any of those platforms. Or you can also, actually, we're going to do both. We're going to copy a link because we're going to put it into a Spark page next.
Awesome.
So copy link to your kit. First, you have to pick a category.
Spark.
I know, it gets really meta fast. Okay, copy the link to your clipboard. But yeah, you can, now this is going to be saved, and you can upload it easily to a Spark page, which is a scrolling, beautiful web story.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so now, next we're going to go into Spark Post and quickly make like a social graphic that kind of introduces this, that you can put, anywhere on your website or in an email or on Instagram. And the contest asked you guys to take a picture of food, use Post, and post it to your Instagram. So now let's close out of this and open Spark Post. So Spark Post, it opens on an inspiration wall. All of these designs are designed by Faye Chang on the Adobe Spark team. She's awesome. These are templates to inspire you and to create from. I totally rely on this because I'm not a designer, so I need like some guardrails and some inspiration, and these kind of get you started. So because
can you choose one of these and then edit some posts?
Yes, so you choose one and edit. You can also always start from scratch. I know a lot of people do, especially if they're a designer already and they kind of know what they want. But let's see, that one's kind of nice.
I like this one.
Yeah, so this one's nice because there's a lot of focus on the photo. But so we're just gonna hit remix. And then we're gonna tap to change up the photo. So you just tap the little photo icon at the top and go into Lightroom.
So great.
And now we can pick your...
Those two landscapes?
Yeah. Oh, that one's nice. I like that. And you can kind of move it around.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there. Okay.
And then, I kind of like the photo that we already have in. We could change that later, but we can double tap to edit your text. So, prop styling with Ashley Batz.
My best friend.
So cute. Do you want to add another photo
I do.
below there? Okay. So, again, we're just going to tap there.
Let's do maybe the fuller version.
Oh, that one's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this has a filter on it. Maybe.
Does it have a filter? It might. So you can add filters within Spark Post, but you can always easily take it away. So you go to Effects, and you can click over to Filter, and let's just do None because we already did that in Lightroom. Let's make sure that this one doesn't have a filter on it. No. Okay. And then what's awesome about Spark Post is that you can resize things like with a tap. So if anyone who's posting on multiple platforms, they need a quick way to resize things. We load you up with all of the platforms. And you can also, starting as of last week, add your own custom sizes.
Beautiful.
So let's just see how things... You might need to make some minor adjustments, but it gets you to a starting point. Any designer out there that's had a marketing manager ask them to resize stuff will love this feature. I know, exactly.
I love the Pinterest one.
Yeah. So this one is great. It's like the perfect Pinterest pin.
Do people print these out as their holiday cards?
Yes, and we're going to get into that tomorrow too a little bit because we'll be taking photos of people, but it's a great way to do holiday cards. You can send out, what's really trendy these days is like video cards or like letters to your family and friends, and yeah. So that is Spark Post in a nutshell. How are we doing on timing? We have
39 minutes.
39 minutes? Okay. So let's say we're happy with this. We'll do one more just to get some variety.
Yeah.
One thing I should show you is you can also, what's really cool, do you use Instagram stories?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can apply these really subtle, awesome animations that are already built in for you. So Instagram, and then you save them in your camera roll and then upload them to your Instagram stories, and it makes a really great one. So for instance, we can have the text kind of appear or slide in.
Oh man, that would bring your Instagram story game to the next
Seriously?
level.
I know.
I would look so pro.
So pro. You can have like a zoom of your photo. I don't know.
And
Yep.
what is that? Whoa.
Yeah, I kind of like the color fill. And the focus is kind of nice for like a photographer.
So what we're going through is just little animations.
Yeah.
Yes,
this
yeah.
is
So these are
great.
just like fun ways to play with your photo or with your graphic.
Wow. I think I like this one.
That's cool. Yeah, so you wanted
That
to,
one.
yeah, that one's cool.
That's the one I want.
Yeah, okay, great. So we're gonna go back over to the resize, make sure that you're getting the right size for your Instagram story.
So
all
good.
set. And now we're gonna hit share. And we're gonna hit video, because you want that to play, and that's gonna save to your camera roll.
Instagram story is its own size format,
Yes,
right? Yeah, so
yes.
that's an option on
Yeah, and you don't have to remember what the sizes are. Like, who can keep that in their brain?
That's great.
Yeah. That's like one of my favorite features. Okay, great. So now all of her posts are in here. We'll just do that now. Okay, got it. I know, I should have done that.
I know, I will too.
But you can also like start from scratch too if you wanted to, pull in a Lightroom, and let's start there just because.
Let's do this one.
Okay, cool. And then when you choose what size, you like the original, so then you hit done. And it says double tap to edit text, and your text is pulling in some photos or creating already like high contrast fonts and photo and colors to kind of get you to a starting point. So
it changes from photo to photo?
Yeah,
That's
so you're
really cool.
it actually is, it's intelligent that way a little bit from the background photo.
Yeah.
So let's say
I'm gonna say holiday prop styling tips.
yeah. Great. So it is overpowering, obviously, the photo. And maybe I don't know exactly what I want to do, but there's all of these. If you had created your brand, you would have like branded templates ready to go.
Awesome.
But there's all these photo or design filters that we can add and start playing with. So I kind of like that one.
I like that.
And we can move that around a little bit.
Maybe make it a little smaller.
Yeah.
It's taking over the photo.
Yeah. You could make it like, I like that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to change, like, the color of the text, so that's pulling in some colors in the background photo, but you can, always change that up and actually get even really specific with the color. With the new custom color picker, you can find like, I really like that green color. Like,
I'm into that.
That way it's like perfectly matchy.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so and now let's hit share, and now again you can set it, in a text or send it straight to your profile. I always just save the image. There we go. Okay, so that is Spark Post. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I just checked if there was.
How much time do they have to submit their Spark post now that we've
12
had the
minutes.
tutorial?
12 minutes. Yeah.
12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Good thing it's so fast and easy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Shall we go to?
let's go to a Spark page. So now, you created all this content and you want to give it a home, like a beautiful home that's going to look good on any device that you can just share out to all your friends with one single link. And again, we're just going to hit the plus button.
What's up? Yep, there we go.
There we go. And now it's a super easy CMS. So you're just gonna add your background photo.
Thank you.
Thank you for the. Oh my God! Yeah, it is so hot over here. Yeah, you can bring it in. Actually, I would bring it in straight from Lightroom.
Hey, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So which is your favorite photo? I kind of like this breaky one.
I do. That's great.
Yeah. And then I just get a tap to add the title.
I'm going to say Holidays 2017.
Yeah. And then what's cool here is like you can click this focal point and kind of move, since this is the landscape and we're looking at it on the phone, you can move like, you want to make sure that more of our hand appears.
That's great.
Alrighty. Add a subtitle if you want, and then here you're just going to continue to scroll. Let's add your video. So I'm just going to click that, and we copied, just hit paste, and now that's your Spark video in your page.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what up, multimedia content? Like in a
That's
flash.
great. So easy.
So we can add a title, making it, let's see, like a header or something. Yeah, perfect. And then you just continue to
show them.
to scroll. You can add a glide show, which makes like a kind of subtle animation into each photo if you wanted. If you want to add a bunch of photos.
Am I
Thank
looking
you so
like really
much.
red in the face or something?
I am. I'm like,
So you guys can't see, but off camera,
they're like fanning us.
Gus and Michael are fanning us.
This is. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Does it look like I'm about to pass out? Am I just like...
Right.
yeah.
I know. Are we sweaty?
I don't know.
I think
Now
we
I'm
must
like second
be.
guessing.
Yeah, we look good.
I wish those were palm fronds, though. That's like my only feedback. Okay.
My only feedback.
Let's see. I got it. So we're going to create a glide show, and we're just going to pick all of these photos.
Yeah.
What's a glide show?
Glide show, well, we're going to find out. 'Cause it's
Okay,
kind of like a slideshow, but glidier.
It's glidier.
Yeah. So you can sort them, but let's say we're
Add 6,
we're
great.
adding 6, and now we have these photos that sort of just disappear into them, and you can add content on top of it. So if you wanted to like talk about that photo, or add even more photos, buttons, videos, you can put a link back to your website. I know it's like really hard to update your website. Like that always seems like it's like such a chore.
day. It's a
Yeah,
day.
this is like. But if you wanted to just like refresh it with a photo story or portfolio piece, like you can embed this in your website.
Awesome.
So let's see how this looks. I hit the preview button, and we have a full-on story.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we could add. Let's add that Spark post that we made too, just to finish it out. We're gonna grab it from her camera roll.
Okay.
Oops. It's gonna make us. How do we do that again? There we go.
Hello. Okay. Right here.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Great.
You can also, if we add one more photo, I just want to show you some different ways that you can format the text. Maybe something without text on it.
Can I do the picture of us?
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
Okay, great. So there's all these different ways that the photo can appear on the screen. A window is kind of fun. Yeah, you kind of lose. And then again, you can change the focal point. So if you want it to be about, there we go.
Great. Perfect.
But also you can make it full screen. This is hard because it's a landscape and we're looking at it on the phone. But on if you sent this and somebody was viewing it on their desktop, it would look differently.
I think we should see all three of us and call it Charlie's Angels.
I agree.
Oh yes,
There you go. She's on
we
board.
are Charlie's Angels today. Let's see. Yeah, we can add a caption. Michael's Angels.
Yeah.
Adobe's Live Angels. Done. Oops.
Got it.
Thank you.
I got you.
All right, and then that is a really quick way to make a photo story.
The photo looks so good as the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
really
That
nice.
looks really nice. Like video, you can apply different themes to it. You can even apply branded themes, but you could, that changes the text, kind of changes the background and stuff. That's a little flowery.
This looks so serious.
Yeah.
So serious.
Today I played in the Adobe studio.
I think I liked what we had.
Yeah, I
honestly.
kind of like the crisp.
Yeah.
Sometimes clean is good.
Just super simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit the share button. And now we're going to select a category. Let's call that photography.
Great.
And now now I'm creating a public link, so anyone that creates has this link can view your content. Again, you can embed the content on your website or on your blog or something. But I'm just going to create a link now.
What is the choosing the category? What does that do?
That is actually more for like our community platform. So another thing that this like get noticed signal says to somebody like me that as Spark editor is I can feature your content on our blog or stuff like that. So that might make sure it shows up in our inspiration galleries or on our social channels or on our blog.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So create that.
Create link, and now it's creating your Spark page.
Ooh. Oh, I can't wait to see submissions.
Yeah. Any questions about Spark or Lightroom or anything that we didn't get to today from the audience?
Sorry.
Just seeing if we have
Yeah.
any other.
There's a delay, so.
Oh, okay.
I need glasses. I can't read the screen. I really can't.
Well, you might be at a hard angle.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I need glasses too. It's fine.
Oh,
Thank
Spark
you.
is simply great. Thank you so much. I mean, how do you set up the camera to shoot RAW?
Oh, sure. We can recap really quickly what we
Yeah.
did in Lightroom.
Yeah. Shall I pull that up?
Yeah, and then we'll jump back to Spark to show the 3 sparks. So within Lightroom Mobile, so she just opened Lightroom Mobile, there's, if you open the camera icon, so if you X out of this screen, so we can show the camera icon. The camera icon on the bottom right of the screen, so go ahead and click that.
Okay.
And then because she's logged in, it automatically defaults to shooting in RAW. And if you want to shoot in JPEG, you have the option to as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how you set it up.
So we took some photos in DNG format over there in the studio prop simulated environment, and we applied some edits. So the most editing you did was to the tone and the light. Do you want to explain a little bit about your style, and then how that bridged over to the sparks?
Yeah, so I just took a look at my image, and because it was a raw image, you definitely have to apply things to it in order for it to be a final photo. So I played around with my exposure, my contrast, the tone curve,
Yeah, I think that
as
was
well as
key.
white balance.
Yeah, and then applying that selective edit of that,
Yeah.
like to simulate the
The
light
light.
coming in, was really key.
Yeah, so before, again, and after.
Yeah, and because it's from the same series of photos, we just quickly copied and pasted the edits from one photo to this whole batch of photos, made an album with them, and within Spark Video, Spark Post, Spark Page, quickly accessed all those.
Yeah. I love
Photos
that
in the Lightroom
Lightroom
album.
integration.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We did a lot.
We did. It's so quickly. So you could create like, you have this photo shoot or you're hanging out with your family and you want to create like some memories to share with them. You can do it like before you've even done opening presents.
I think it's great. Perfect.
So yeah, somebody said that they haven't used Spark yet because they're waiting for Android, and I hear ya. The team is actually working on Android app right now, and
I actually use Spark Web.
Yeah,
and I use Web the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's just faster.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, if you're like for what we do, like working in front of a computer, so at spark.adobe.com, you can create from the web as well if you are on Android, and then also your all of your photos and projects are waiting for you on spark.adobe.com under one roof.
So great.
Yeah. Let's see. Anyone else have any questions?
You have 2 minutes to enter the contest.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Hurry up and make
2
your
minutes.
Spark post.
And that's why we review the entries.
I can't wait. Yeah, this is really great. I feel like this would be good for sharing with my family, especially people that don't live in where we are celebrating as a family. So it's an easy thing to send out, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be much appreciated.
I know. People love
right?
that.
Yeah.
And a lot of photographers have used Spark for creating like quick, like setting client information, like annual reports, recaps, years in reviews.
That's great.
Yeah. Any other
The
questions?
resizing really blows my mind.
I know.
The Spark
Yeah,
resize.
I feel like that's the best.
Spark post resizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do you
can
do
just-
any marketing for your business?
I don't actually, but this is definitely an easy way to do that. And so you're able to just save out all of those sizes like almost in one fell swoop, which I think is really nice to have.
That's really nice. So I know I feel like when you're like an independent, you're an artist, it's like hard to get over that like mental hump of creating content for your own personal brand, but it can really like be a game changer in terms of getting you to a next level or just sharing like your work. I think that people really connect with photographers online, and it's an easy way to get there.
Or if you just want to up your Instagram story.
I know.
Oh my God.
Seriously, yeah.
I feel like if I did that, people would be like, what? She spent so much time on that. What you doing, Michael?
Do you guys have any other tips for taking great photos using a phone?
Sure.
I
Can
have.
you use the computer, actually?
Oh yeah, of course.
There we go. Load the entries.
Oh please.
I really like. I mean, I learned so much in Lightroom Mobile, but when I'm not necessarily doing that, I like tapping the screen and then adjusting the brightness, like just straight on the iPhone. I mean, it's like amateur, but it kind of can get what you done.
Difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest tip is, well, let you go last since
Okay.
you're the pro. My biggest tip is moving your feet.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Using the display as a preview of your photo, making sure you get the composition in your camera, and never use zoom. Just move your feet, get in and out, and see what it is you like taking a photo of.
Yeah.
I
Different
agree
angles.
with that.
Yeah.
I would say two things. The first is that what you see in the camera is what you're going to get. And so look at where your highlights and your shadows are and see if that resonates with you. And if not, like get up and move your feet. Something that I like to do, which is it's like a really huge nuance, is I actually like to take blurry photos on my phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I like to capture it before it actually
focuses.
focuses. So I think that's nice for like moving cars, or like if you're in a moving car and you want to get like the foliage to be blurry. I think it's kind of a nice little trick.
And then in, like the portrait mode in the new
Oh my God, it's
iPhone
killer.
is like awesome. It creates so much like that depth effect. I think that really adds something. Somebody asked if they create a Spark page, if they can host their own Spark page. I know it's hosted by Adobe. Let us know in the comments though if you would like to customize the URL or if you want any other features like that.
But they can embed it on their website.
But yes, you can embed it on your website, and it looks really nice. When you click into it, it kind of opens it into a light box, but you never leave your site.
Okay. You want to switch to the first one?
Yes.
We start review the entries. And,
Okay.
and if you can tell what you think, how they could improve the composition, the light. I mean, what you would do, you know?
Totally.
I mean, they play the game. They open the fridge, and apparently they like eggs.
And
That's a lot of eggs.
Can we all review what the contest rules were?
So it was food
Just
photography.
food.
Yeah, just food photography, but with your with the Lightroom mobile. If they have iOS on iPhone, then they can use also Spark Post to
Okay.
add some text on it. If they have an Android smartphone, then they just
upload.
Yeah,
Got it.
because it's coming soon on Android.
Yep. I'm sorry I can't share a date yet, but I will let you know as soon as I can.
This is a lot of eggs. These are a lot of eggs.
There are two missing.
I like the two missing.
So I want to know where they went. I
Yeah.
love how dark but also light it is. It's kind of fun. It's like a fun snapshot.
The uniformity is interesting.
Yeah. And look at the shadows and like how every egg has a different shadow. It's kind of
Ooh,
Wine and cheese.
wine and cheese, baby, all night.
I like that. I like how the wine glasses in the foreground and the cheese is a nice relationship between the two.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we did with our greenery in the foreground and having it be a little bit out of focus. So
Nice
that's
placement
nice.
of your text too. I think that there's an art to creating a nice image text relationship if you're going to add text to your photos. And this is a nice placement. I really like the swirly and.
Yeah. Look at
Ooh.
this is like you're like right in it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I
in those
see-
pancakes.
I
I'm
want to
in
know
the
where they ate
pancake.
pancakes.
Yeah,
at
those
this
look
time.
really good.
Yeah.
I can Lighthouse Cafe. Let's go.
Where is it?
Yeah, that's an interesting point of view. I feel like again, like a lot of things are overhead these days, so it's nice to
Yeah.
just get up in there. Those blueberries look insane.
Nice depth with the background of the cafe.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Perfect.
Ooh, their
hey.
table.
What do we see? Tons of stuff. That looks yummy. Oh, look,
Pakayla,
it's
what
also
does it say?
holiday themed. Pakayla's looking too.
Yeah. I like that. I like some of the light that she's got going on and like the.
Do you think she vignetted it? Looks like a little
Yeah, it looks like
vignette.
a vignette.
Oh, we should have showed vignette.
No.
But we really mimicked
Yeah.
vignetting in camera.
Right.
With the framing and Pakayla's
Oh,
colors.
Oh, nice.
Lemony sweet.
That is like close up. I like that.
Yeah, with an Adobe badge employee in the back, you see.
I do see that. Hey, wait a second. Did you eat it?
Oh, wow.
Hey.
I love
And I
those
think I
colors.
think you can click on it actually. It's a video made with Spark.
Oh, thank you. Fresh veggies.
Nice.
I love the colors.
Oh.
Anyway, that little animation is
beautiful.
just like a nice little surprise.
Yeah, what's up?
That's a great.
The purple are so
The purple
pretty.
is so nice.
Yeah.
I like how we didn't really talk about this, but having like the same color throughout your photo is a nice way to create cohesion.
Totally. And I can tell that there's definitely a stronger light source on the right-hand side, which is basically what we were doing.
Yeah.
Natural light.
Ooh, that's interesting. Good shadows.
This is a great photo. I really like this photo. I love the highlights and the shadows and how this person is using the window to, really show.
Who
What-
is it? Maybe you can click on the account to check what this is. It looks very good.
It's beautiful. Air plant. Wow. It's an
Ah,
art,
it's
like
a
an artsy
professional
account.
part. Yeah,
Ooh.
looks so pro.
I'm really into it.
Yeah.
Ooh, this looks really good. This is
love
gonna be a
that.
tough decision.
So who
I like
should win?
the green. And
I love that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
Let's go through all of them again one
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I mean, the X.
2.
Wine and cheese.
Yum. 4. So
What
good.
is the pop-up?
Yeah, I don't know. It
Oh,
wants
yeah.
attention. Something wants attention.
And you're just ignoring it.
Oh, this one. I mean, I think this is our winner.
I think so
And the
too.
winner, she can come here because it was her.
Hey!
She tricked you, Ashley.
She didn't trick me.
She tricked you.
She was upset with me when we did this.
Well, no, we should pick a different winner.
Did you choose your own photo?
I might have taken that photo.
What? No, you didn't take it.
Oh, okay, you took it.
I took it, but we took the same.
No, you
photo.
won. You won.
No,
I feel like
You
that's
clearly won. It's
disqualified.
great.
But it is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah, we'll pick a new one.
Damn it! I wanted that.
I have my favorite.
This is definitely my favorite.
That was mine.
All right.
Okay.
I
We
can't
have two
play
winners.
favorite.
Two winners.
Two winners.
Two
Can we have
winners.
two winners?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. All right. Good job, everybody. Cool.
Oh my God. You see, it worked, huh? Nice trick.
Thank you.
Yeah, it worked.
I'm full of them.
Now I know one of your secret accounts.
The whole internet was my
Yeah, the whole internet knows
my lurking
airplane.
account.
That's your lurking account?
Maybe.
That's funny.
Now I know.
That is a sign of the times. People need a lurking account these days.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not trying to
this
watch my ex-boyfriend's Instagram stories with my account.
Do any of our viewers have a lurking account?
Please post here.
So good. So Ashley, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will be doing 2 sessions. The first is how to shoot with continuous and strobe lighting in the same image. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow, shooting a holiday card using only Christmas lights.
Ooh,
that's fun.
that's a twist. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll learn how to. That's really hard to take photos with
I
your
know.
phone in holiday lights, and that's like everywhere. I mean, if you guys, we should show the Adobe. Are we gonna go into the Adobe lobby? Our lobby is covered in Christmas lights.
No,
It's just gonna be here?
We have lights ready
have all
for
of them.
tomorrow.
Oh, awesome. Great.
We bought all of them.
Yeah, so that's super applicable, and then we'll create a holiday card that you can send out, because like whoever sends out holiday cards on time, this might be the year with Spark.
Perfect.
Awesome. And also we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time on BHS.Live. If you want to watch Nicole Clementson working and Marla Rutherford. Ashley, you will be back tomorrow. So we'll do
One in.
portrait, professional portrait with your Canon 5D Mark 4 3,
Oh yeah.
depending on
Depending
what
on what
How
tether.
those? Yeah.
Yeah.
What tether?
and you will be back same time tomorrow for another mobile photography session. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Amy.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And see you all tomorrow. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We have to do our Charlie's Angelus exit.
Oh.